Some call this bowling's Augusta, and they have lined the fairways outside legendary AMF Riviera Lanes here in Fairlawn, Ohio. It is standing room only for PBA's 5th and final major of the season. Here is your 5-man field for the Tournament of Champions. Jason Sterner, Marshall Kent, Matt Ogle, all chasing their first major. EJ Tackett and your top seed, Anthony Simonsen, have a 6th in their crosshairs. So glad you're with us today on Fox Sports. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer. Randy Peterson, the Queen, Kimberly Presser, will join us in a moment. If there's one building you want to win a major in, universally, the PBA pros will say it is this one. You walk in here, and it's got a Madison Square Garden type feel, and it starts outside when you pass underneath that legendary sign stating through these doors, past the world's finest bowlers. And at the moment, the world's finest bowler, undisputably, is your 2 seed today, EJ Tackett.
EJ Tackett going after the most infamous pair of lanes in our sport, lanes 27 and 8 here at iconic Riviera Lanes. But what EJ's done this season has been spectacular. He's making his 8th telecast appearance. He's just coming off of back-to-back wins, but EJ trying to create more history, Rob. It seems like every time you and I are together, there's always history. And with a win today, EJ Tackett can tie a 50-year-old record by winning 3 consecutive events.
Speaking of history, his potential opponent in the title match, Anthony Simonsen, could become the youngest to win his 6th major.
The only stumble block for EJ Tackett is EJ Tackett's record against Simonsen on television. Well, EJ's only beaten him once out of 5 attempts. So that advantage goes to Simonsen. But right now, EJ Tackett is bowling at an elite level.
Yeah. Tackett, with the win, would become the 2nd youngest to win 6 majors, and he's standing by with Kimberly.
Thanks, Rob. So, EJ, you have a chance at making history today. So where does winning 3 consecutive titles factor in your brain?
You know, it's really one of those things that you kind of have to let take care of itself. It'd be really, really cool to join the other 2 guys that have done it before me, and it's a long-standing record. It'd be really cool to do, but, you know, I have a task at hand, and like I said, that stuff kind of takes care of itself.
You've done a lot of really great things in your career, but what would it mean to win in this historic venue?
I mean, this place is it. This is where professional bowling really started, was right here on this pair of lanes, and to be able to win in this venue would be unbelievable, and it's one of those things where by the end of my career, I want to say that I was able to win at Riviera Lanes, so hopefully I can check that off the list today.
Good luck to you, and we will see you later in the show.
Thank you.
2 matches until we see EJ Tackett. We open up with your 4 versus 5 matchup. Jason Sterner set to take on Marshall Kent. Sterner, the 5 seed, will start us off.
Where's my phone?
A lot of ramifications today, Randy, beyond just winning the 5th and final major of the year. There's the Player of the Year conversation, which we'll get into a little bit later in the show. And should Jason Sterner win this first game, he qualifies for the PBA playoffs. Are you kidding me? Starting with a 7-10? What did you do today to tee off somebody? Unreal.
Wow. That's all I can say. I mean, worst break in bowling, you hit the pocket and you can't get a spare.
So it opened frame 9 to start for Sterner. Get it out of the way. If you're going to have a 7-10, let it be in the first.
Here's a guy who's having his best career season ever. Marshall Kent.
4th telecast of the season, seeking his 2nd title of the campaign. A win here at a major, and maybe he slides into that Player of the Year conversation. Just maybe.
And already with just 2 shots thrown, the 40-foot Don Johnson oil pattern is rearing its teeth.
Don woke up in a bad mood upstairs, huh?
Don's like, hey, I'm still here.
That's right. Kent takes care of the 3-pin. Here is a look at today's Brunswick oil pattern. As you mentioned, the Don Johnson 40.
Now, the players are going to be playing all over the place based on what they like to do. I mean, you're going to see some players going pretty straight from out. Some players going to be in and hooking it. Pick your poison, but you better execute.
Here's the arsenal for Marshall Kent today.
Stealth Solid. You like that name?
Solid name. Still looking for a strike. So Kent is on that left lane. The word in the house is hooks more, a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah.
The right lane?
Right lane's tricky. And so the higher seed will probably end up picking to finish on that left lane.
That elevated foul line on this pair. It's like that little elevated foul line on this pair. Yeah. Yeah, it was this pair last 2 years.
9 spare to start for Kent. I didn't see much, but obviously it impacted him.
Is there a raise in the foul line or something? I don't know.
Sterner down 10, right of target, and what a challenging 2 frames this has been to open.
Sterner going with a GB5 for his equipment. He'll pull his arsenal up here in a second, but 2-4-10. He's just going to try to get the ball over to the right side of the 2-pin and cut it into the 10. First time he's left it throughout the Tournament of Champions.
What you say?
Ooh. Back-to-back open frames to start for your 5-seed Sterner.
GB5. Game breaker 5 for Jason. He's got that voodoo roll, Rob. A lot of tilt.
Mm-hmm. That should be the name of a ball.
Voodoo?
Voodoo roll. Trademark it now. Can we get a strike, please? Anybody? How about a big 4? He already had the 7-10.
Oh, man, what a start.
And this is one of the nicest guys out there. He does not deserve this, folks.
Yeah, you're right. He is one of the nicest guys out here. But what a kick in the teeth, first 3 frames for Jason Sterner.
Kick in the teeth. I think a kick in the teeth, then went to the midsection, and then went a little bit lower, too.
Yeah.
Jejunum?
Yeah, he might be throwing up around the back end of the stage here. This is an atrocious start, 26 through 3. We got a strike. Took us to the end of the 3rd frame.
Pretty good speed and rev rate there. Approaching 20 miles an hour for Marshall Kent. Beautiful shot.
Got that one on the tougher right lane. Slides over to the left right now. Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, nice break.
Little cut, yep.
And there you can see the higher friction on the left lane.
Hammered that 10-pin. Jason Sterner has been getting hammered here in the opening 3 frames. Starts with the 7-10 in the first. Left that in the second. Then, you know, for good measure, how about a big 4 in the third? Open frame, open frame, open frame. And he has been clean all week until today.
Better hook.
Way right. Way right.
Yeah, similar shot. The last one he threw on that lane. Too far to the right on the slick lane, the right lane. He's going to try to get it over here and cut the head pin over into the 10. First time he's left this one throughout the competition here at TSC. Ooh.
Are you kidding me? Just picking one out. This is Tom Doherty-esque right now.
It's going downhill in a hurry.
Wow. This is tough to watch. This is kind of like Curb Your Enthusiasm, right? Just kind of painful to watch, but you can't look away. 33 after 4 frames. There you go. Praise the Lord! Yeah, take a bow. Wow. Lanes 27 and 28. I've got an issue with Sterner today. 46-pin lead already for Kent as he gets up to close out the 5th. Left of target.
How'd you know? Were you looking at the numbers?
I don't need numbers.
You could just tell by the shape?
Yeah, I'm that good at this.
Okay.
You're the numbers guy here, brother, not me. Kent after the 6th pin, so another spare conversion for Marshall. Spare, spare, strike, spare, spare for Kent to start. Flashback to earlier this year, the Illinois Classic. Kent, the top seed, taking on A.J. Johnson. Kent rallied through 4 consecutive strikes to shut out A.J. for his 6th career PBA Tour title and his first singles trophy since 2017. Messenger, no. So, Randy, you look at Kent's scoreline so far, you're noticing a trend. Four open frames to start. A strike in the 5th. Here's Sterner in the 6th. I mean, right. For a second, we're looking at another 7-10.
Yeah. We asked him what his secret sauce was this week.
I love the answer.
He said, Heather.
Wifey.
My wife. She was with me every game.
Great support, great eye for the game. And
yep.
Heather is the head coach at William Smith College, bowling.
It's a little bit easier to
Hubby
make.
Jason, the assistant. What a season William Smith had, by the way. Made it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
You know who bounced them? Vanderbilt. You know who rolls for Vanderbilt?
I think I know. So it's a Ballard, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Ballard that rolls for Vandy. 2nd
year of the program, and they made it to the Sweet 16. That's awesome. Sterner to start the 7th, down 44. Kent, just 1 strike here, came on the right lane in the 3rd frame. He's on that right lane now. So a rare strike for Marshall Kent here in our opening match. Kimberly, he's had a lot of spare shooting today so far.
He sure has, and in Marshall's own words, his spare shooting this week has been atrocious, missing more spares at this event than he has in 2 seasons. He told us that it pissed him off so bad that something just clicked, and not only did he start putting strikes together, but the last 8 games of match play, he made every spare he looked at, and today, he's 5 for 5.
It was interesting talking to him yesterday, Kimberly. He was saying his look on the fresh has been really challenging. Needs to be lucky in this first match to move on, and guess what? The gods are looking out for him today.
Yeah, I mean, he's not being tested, and he's converting his spares. 4 straight opens for Sterner really helps, right?
Right. This will be the 6th spare conversion in 8 frames for Kent. Going for the 3-6-10. Missed it. Open frame.
Didn't we just talk
I
about
know.
that?
It's classic announcer jinx.
We just talked about how his spare shooting has been kind of poo-poo.
Might have been a little lucky to get the 6 too, by the way. So the comeback is on. He's only down 32 right now. Working on a strike.
Get up.
Hey, hey, hey. What do you say, Jason Sterner? Back-to-back jacks. Deficit down to 22. It was as big as 46 back in the 4th. It's cut it by more than half. We go to the foundation frame 9th. Still a major hill to climb, but he's making it interesting. Double wood, yeah, right off the release. Two spares, 3 strikes, 4 open frames. Jason Sterner's stats through 9 here in match number 1. Matt Ogle, the 3 seed, waiting in the wings. EJ Tackett trying to put a clamp on player of the years. Your 2 seed standing in his way. Your top seed, a guy who may be due at this event, Anthony Simonsen. Here's Marshall Kent, your 4 seed, up 24. Off that open frame in the 8th.
This show seems like very reminiscent of last year's show, with the exception of 1 player.
Jason Belmonte was on last year's show, replaced by Marshall Kent. Outside of that, you're right, Randy, the other 4 all made last year's TOC show. Here's how last year's TOC went down. Jason Belmonte won his 4th TOC. EJ Tackett, the runner-up. Second time Tackett was runner-up at this event to Belmo. Happened in 2019 inside this facility as well. Simonsen, your 1 seed today, finished 3rd. Matt Ogle, your 3 seed today, finished 4th. And Jason Sterner, destined, it appears, to be in 5th for the 2nd straight year here at the TOC. Needs just 9 pins here in the 10th to close out Sterner. And Kent moves on.
Whoa. He's bringing some heat, man. He's in the 20s with the ball speed, and that's firing it.
Good athletic cut to the 31-year-old from Clarkston, Michigan. Back-to-back jacks there for Kent. One more shot. He can max out with a 195. Take a look at other finishers. We talked about Eric Jones in 6th. Miller and Sherman, yeah, the doubles duo finishing 7 and 8. Belmo there at 11. This guy, Tom Doherty, 12. And by the way, a quick shout out to Sterner and his wife, Heather. Baby on the way, due July 2nd. Early congrats to the Sterner family as they continue to expand in upstate New York as we continue to look at some of the other finishers. Bill O'Neill in the running for Player of the Year. Tom Smallwood injured. We did not see him yesterday in PBA Elite League play. Osku at 22. Nice pickup from Sterner there in the 10th. He's got one more shot. There's Matt Ogle, your 3 seed from Louisville, Kentucky. Good finish for Sterner. Disappointing 157 for him.
Rough start.
Brutal start. First 4 frames were open. So your 4 seed Marshall Kent moves on. Match number 2. He's got Matt Ogle, EJ Tackett, and Anthony Simonsen still to come here. We welcome you back to Fox Sports Live coverage of the PBA Tournament of Champions, the 5th and final major of the season. We are set for match number 2, 3 versus 4. Matthew Ogle set to take on Marshall Kent. Kent, 195, 157 over Sterner.
Okay. Are we ready? No.
We are ready, Matt.
We good? All right, bud. Good luck. Hey, we're good, brother.
They're almost matching, aren't they?
Yeah, it looked like Kent was super gluing that red tape on his ring finger. Remember a couple weeks ago, he blew that finger apart, started taping it up.
How do you get super glue off your skin?
Very carefully. Typically what you do is you take fire to it.
Fire. Really?
I mean, you got to heat it up a little bit, right?
Soften it up.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Kent going with sneak attack on the left lane. You like that?
I do. I do.
Yeah, that's a pretty good sneak attack on the 1-3.
Yeah, Kent getting all 10 to drop there.
You sneaky little bugger.
So here's Ogle. 2 tour titles, 1 doubles, 1 single. 39-year-old from Louisville, Kentucky.
Ogle using a 6B, hang on a minute, a GB5.
Whatever it is, it works.
Yeah, it's a GB5. I'm having trouble reading the numbers this guy's writing down next to me. I don't want to throw Brandon under the bus, but
Kimberly, Matt Ogle was here last year, and that is having a direct impact on his performance this year.
It absolutely was, because it had affected him, and Matt was really candid to us about the fact that his performance at last year's TOC was just not his best. He said he let the nerves get to him, but this year he told us he's feeling a lot more confident. Not only does he have a singles win under his belt, but he also has a lot more TV experience from his time on PBA's Elite League, the Las Vegas High Rollers.
Ogle on the left lane in the second, way right of target.
Whoa.
He admitted to us last year was overwhelming for him. I rushed things. I never relaxed and could take a pause to enjoy it. He's going to have to pause and reevaluate after that shot.
we call that the Bob Euchre.
Just a bit outside. One, 2, 4, 8, cleans it up. Well done, Ogle. His buddy Sean Rash here to cheer him on. Those guys doubles partners. They won the Roth-Holman doubles back in 2019. Remember that show in Oklahoma? First title for Matt Ogle. The way Rash handled that, I still reflect back on it. Just gave the stage to his partner, and Matt was super emotional, getting that elusive first tour title. A guy who we really hadn't known anything about prior to that event. Kent off a strike in the first. Here he is in the second. Little left to target, but gets all 10. He'll take it and walk away. EJ Tackett, your 2 seed, trying to lock up Player of the Year honors, waiting for the winner. Kent up 10. We start the third.
It's always a nice break going. Brooklyn chipping out that 4-pin for a double.
Ken's gotten plenty of breaks already today, most of them courtesy of Jason Sterner, who we met in the first match. Another strike there for Kent. Saturday, it is baseball night in America. Pete Alonso and the Mets taking on America's team, the Tampa Bay Rays, Randy Arozarena. Or Julio Rodriguez and the Mariners meeting the Astros. All begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Fox. Check for the game in your area. Hopefully it's the Rays playing that other team.
America's team?
They are America's team. The Tampa Bay Rays, baby.
God, you're so delusional.
Second strike for Ogle. Won his first singles title last April at the World Series of Bowling in Wisconsin. He was your top seed, dropped Sam Cooley for his first career PBA Tour singles title. He was emotional when he won the doubles in 2019. 4 years later, finally winning that singles title. And you see how much it means to he and his family. Now, those are real tears, people. That video was just played on the screen here. He saw it. He heard it. He saw his eyes kind of pop up. And now that he's a little bit more of a veteran on this type of stage, you can tell he took a little bit more time. Took a little pause, get himself back. We start the fourth. Ogle down 20. That'll cut into it. There's the Ogle cheering section. Son Gavin, wife Stacy. By the way, happy birthday to Stacy Ogle. Marshall Kent. Opening ham bone for Marshall Kent.
Look at those numbers, partner.
That's a lot of MPHs and RPMs. Attaboy.
A lot of bad attention.
Great sign.
Coming down at those 10 pins. Beautiful shot here by Marshall, right on top of third arrow. He is piping it with some speed and some heat and a lot of revolutions.
Got a break early on with that Brooklyn. Yahtzee!
Marshall Kent playing the left lane much deeper than the right. And are the players starting to figure something out after game one?
It's feeling that way, at least Kent is. Ogle, though, working on a double, trying to make it 3 in a row, down 30.
That better hook. Yeah.
Left the 2-pin. Could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse if it was a split he was going to look at, but nevertheless, when your opponent starts with the front 5 and you need to kind of stay in it. This isn't much better. These games, these matches, they go by so fast. And you got to think on the fly, guess correctly, right ball, stand here, look there. What kind of speed am I going to use? What kind of rotation? And then if it doesn't work, you really don't have a whole lot of time to figure something else out.
Ogle just burned a re-rack, try to give himself some more time. This is his best finish of the season, really by far. Prior to this week, his best finish 11th at the Masters. Brooklyn. And a quick seat.
They used to pay the fire marshals off to get more bodies into this building. They'd send them on vacations. They would pay them some nice money under the table. And this place was absolutely packed wall to wall with bodies.
We are not saying that the fire marshals have been paid off here and now. That was
I'm
then.
just saying this is back in the day.
Yeah, that was then. I love that. That's why we talk about this place as being the Augusta for bowling, the Taj Mahal for this sport. Kent with another strike. He is perfect through 6.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy, from perfection to gutter ball.
Do you have any idea how bad you have to throw this shot to go from inside a 4th arrow to the gutter? Wow, Marshall.
I'm stunned.
Wow. Pretty good comeback after that shot. I mean,
You have a shoe brush?
maybe slipped. Normally when you take a shoe brush to the sole of the shoe, you're trying to add some tackiness to the bottom. But I mean, that's a big miss. Working on 6 in a row, and it's 0 spare.
Maybe an opening for Ogle.
Nope.
No.
Can't find that lane. Every shot's too far to the right.
Nice cover of the 1-2-4 by Ogle. .31-pin deficit Ogle facing as we start the 8th. The winner to take on your 2 seed, E.J. Tackett. Fifth strike for Ogle. Fifth top 10 this year for Marshall Kent.
Oh boy. Wow. Not sure that one had a chance, but it still got back and caught enough of the 1-3. As we take a look at our 3D left lane to right lane, what Marshall Kent is doing. 11-6 right on that right lane. And about 2.5 miles an hour faster to try to keep it online. Left lane hooks more so he can move deeper and curve it more.
How difficult is it to adjust that speed on the fly?
At this level, not. It's not. These guys are just so good at adjusting speed, rotation, release. I mean, they can do it all. The high-level players can all do it. See that? That shot there is exactly what you just talked about, Rob. The shot on the right lane, he lofted and threw harder. That one was in the lane, much quicker and slower speed.
8 strikes in 9 frames for Kent. In control of this match. He was in control early in his opening showdown with Jason Sterner. That was because of Sterner's mistakes. Kent has been in control of this second match. That's because strikes in the first 6 frames for Kent. Here's Ogle.
There you go. Finally moved far enough left to get away from that hang spot down lane.
Too little, too late, my friends.
Made a ball change, got away from that slick spot to the right. Moved a little bit deeper. And now he's like wanting to punch himself in the head going, why didn't you do that sooner?
So 3 in a row for Ogle. Seventh overall strike. He was down 41, now down 21. Kent on the verge of moving on. If so, we will hear from him momentarily. Open frame Ogle. So Ogle done with the 226. Needs just 6. Kent moves on with the Brooklyn. His second of this second match.
Okay, like 5, right? Yeah. Is that one?
EJ Tackett up next. Business really about to pick up here at the Tournament of Champions. Tackett, and then your 1 seed, Anthony Simonsen. 2 of the best over the last 2 years here on the tour.
Oh.
How many more? How many more of these Brooklyns?
Looked at another ball and went sideways.
Go win this thing, all right, sir. Nobody better than you right now. Okay? Go do it. Great ball. Go do it.
EJ Tackett. Getting loose, just a couple lanes
like
over.
Doing with the 5 a little bit.
Gets set to make his way to lanes 27 and 28 in a moment. He will take on that man, his good friend, his doubles partner, Marshall Kent.
Well, his last 3 weren't very encouraging.
No, not at all. Not at all. Tremendous start. Closes with a 2-6-7. Another comfortable win for Marshall Kent. 41-pin win. And remember, Kent started with the front 6 and then offered up this to start the 7th. Gutter ball. Able to overcome it, get a strike for a spare in that frame, and he moves on, and he's with Kimberly.
Marshall, we just saw the video there. You started off with the front 6, but then the 7th frame happened, and you got that gutter ball. So I'm going to ask what everybody is wondering, what happened?
Oops.
Well, you came back from that and got some strikes, and you move on. But now, not only are you taking on the reigning player of the year, but he's one of your best friends. So what's the plan of attack to stop this guy's winning streak?
Keep the ball in the lane.
That's a good plan.
Other than that, we'll just see what happens. We'll just go out and bowl, and whatever happens, happens.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ready for our next matchup, 2 versus 4. Tackett versus Kent. Anthony Simonsen waiting in the wings as your number 1 seed. These two guys, longtime friends.
Let's not forget to mention that Johnny Petraglia is a Vietnam vet. Actually took me to the wall some years ago. It was a pretty special moment for myself.
Imagine. Man. Great start for Kent after, let's be honest, a bit of a shaky close to match number 2.
Yeah, there were some balls going all over the place toward the latter part of that game for Marshall Kent, but I still think that this left lane's proving to be the better of the two. We saw that in the League Series yesterday, and I believe it's holding up to be true today. You ever heard of this guy?
E.J. Tackett. Could be back-to-back Player of the Year winner. On the right lane, really in. Right by the gutter.
In and just banging on it.
He is so dialed in right now. Trying to win his 3rd straight show.
Yeah, I asked him what his secret sauce was for this week. He said, I'm going to be in and I'm going to be slow hooking it. Going with a max thrill solid. You know, you get these elite players, and then when they really start to perform at an all-time level, it's pretty fun to watch.
And that's what you're witnessing in Tackett this season.
Look out.
Right in front of the ball return. A very brief approach as well, and nothing seemed right on that shot.
That's an arrow right of where he can throw it. Standing in front of the ball return, altering his approach, and then just chucks an arrow too far to the right. No way it's getting back from there.
Strike spare for Kent. Kimberly talking earlier about how much focus Marshall's been putting on his spare shooting. Asked him what a first major would mean, pretty much why I've been chasing, what I've been dreaming about since I thought about joining the tour. Extra gratification, that all that extra work I've been putting in was worth it. He's down 10 as we start the 3rd. A late kick of the 10.
You know, the one thing that Marshall does have going for him is he's in phenomenal shape. You know, total gym rat, great athlete. And that's a nice hit right there, kicking the 10 late, but he's got to make a better shot on the right lane.
Opening triple for Tackett. Flashback to the TOC back in 2017 in Oklahoma. Tackett off a 2016 Player of the Year campaign, taking on Tommy Jones. Jones, big error here in the 10th. Needed a mark, missed. Tackett with the 208-203 win. His second career major and 7th overall PBA title. Look how young he looked back then, too. Grizzled up, married now, father, another Player of the Year honor, and maybe looking at another one this season. Didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like it because it was left. Another guy that's just a physical specimen, a freak of nature. You look at E.J. Tackett, not real big in stature, but one of the strongest people you'll ever meet. And he didn't like this one immediately. It was left of target.
Pound for pound, the strongest guy on the tour, maybe?
I think so. I mean, pound for pound, the highest rev rate from a player that uses their thumb.
Fourth telecast of the season, seeking his second title of the campaign. Won the Illinois Classic earlier. It was his first singles title in 7 years. That one right. Oh, how about this? Where did that strike come from?
Well, he just changed balls, and what a break that was.
Boy, he's had a lot of breaks go his way from his competition and from his own shooting. The Just Right strike brought to you by Just Bear, the mindful choice for high-quality protein with no antibiotics ever. Just Right, Just Bear, and just barely getting all 10 to go.
Backdoors the picket fence for a double. Huge break.
Backdoor guests are best. A more conventional strike for Kent. So that's 3 in a row for him, and he takes the lead.
That's taking advantage.
I don't know, because I thought that was pretty close. No, I thought that was pretty good. And it looked like it wanted to read it and just kept going. Yeah, it was too.
Three straight strikes, 7 spare. Tackett. Messenger spinning in front of the 10. Do you remember this line from that guy, the commissioner, Tom Clark, last week? The most unpredictable season he's ever seen. And how about just what we've seen from Marshall Kent's game and opponents today?
Yeah.
The most unpredictable things you could imagine. Jason Sterner opening 4 frames. Door open for Kent. Kent gets the front 6. Oh, God, hey, here we go. Another unpredictable shot. Tackett missing the 10, and then he kind of goes to that right shoulder, and that right shoulder has been giving him some issues this week.
Well, and then you got to go back to the shot that Marshall Kent carried in the 4th frame, where he tripped the back door on the rail.
And the gutter ball he had in the 7th frame in match number 2.
Yeah, as long as it goes this way.
Just when you think you know what's going to happen, they change the rules. Off that open frame, Tackett in the 6, gets all 10. I have to catch my breath after reading that promo every week. Got to tighten that up.
It's a lot there.
It's a long promo, a lot of words. Marshall Kent here to close out the 6th. Working on 3 straight strikes. Make it 4 in a row. Ham bone for Kent.
He's bringing the heat on that right lane, Rob, to try to keep it on line. That's the reason why he's throwing it that fast. Got a little loft going as well. And then a big high rev rate. That's going to knock those pins over. Little bit different tactic on this left lane, though.
Max out with a 280. Remember, last time we saw Tackett kind of rolling that right shoulder. Kimberly's got more on that in a second. Kent starts the 7.
Boy.
I mean, he almost got another lucky backdoor strike.
Oh boy, was that wide.
This has been a wild afternoon.
Yeah. A wild ride.
The things we have seen.
Typically not what you expect at the Tournament of Champions.
Kent cleans that one, takes a seat. EJ Tackett pops up.
That one quick.
Tackett with that open frame in the 5th, missed the 10 pin, a strike there in the 6th, and he went right to that right shoulder. Kimberly, what's the latest?
So I spoke with EJ at the commercial about that right shoulder, and he simply said, yeah, it hurts. And I asked how bad, and he said, when he throws a shot, it's sitting at about a 6, but it's bearable. But then he said, I guess we'll see how it goes from here, though.
Hook. Yeah, same kind of deal. A little bit too far.
Just going back to that right shoulder, Randy, middle of the 2nd game, 2nd block.
Yeah.
Mentioned he was having problems holding the ball up as high as he wanted to on his approach.
Typical starting position. So he had to lower the starting position.
The shoulder progressively got better, but then a dip. Felt pretty good yesterday. You know what he did? He went out and played golf.
Oh.
Like the mother in me would be like, so your shoulder's injured, but you want to go out and play golf. Right?
He said it didn't hurt.
Boys will be boys. All right.
He said it didn't hurt.
How about the weirdness that we have seen? And it started literally with the first shot of the show today.
Yeah.
Right? Your 5C, Jason Sterner. This is the opening shot of the TOC. Leaves the 7-10.
Yeah.
And from there, Kent.
Yeah.
Gutter ball in the 2nd match. Kent, this strike out of nowhere. Yeah, take a bow. Tackett didn't like it. This one's starting to slip away from him.
The 10 pin, EJ. God damn it.
This one is slipping away.
It is, and he's running out of time.
Kent. Oh, yeah. Keeping himself cool. Trying to run up that ladder to the title match and maybe get back in the Player of the Year conversation. Yeah, that one was a struggle for Tackett. That's a walk away.
Yeah.
That's an Advil walk.
Yeah, that might be a little bit more than Advil, maybe cortisone or morphine.
Oh, you go right to morphine, do you? That was a quick, that escalated quickly to morphine. I love you, Randy Peterson. Here's Kent, up 24, closing out the 8th, trying to extend that lead.
Better. Well, he's not in front of the ball return anymore. He's moved a little bit right with his feet, but he's just now powering it through the front part of the lane at over 20 miles an hour. Marshall Kent has figured out a way.
6 strikes in 8 frames. The other 2 frames, 8 spares.
Looking for his first career major.
Correct.
But in order to do that, he's going to have to beat not only EJ Tackett, but the youngest player in major championship history to win 5.
Did it again.
Oh my gosh. I thought that was a second gutter ball.
Well, just look at this number right here, folks. Right there.
I don't know how that didn't go in the gutter. I mean, just barely hanging on. Edge of the cliff.
Good news, he was working on a strike, so he doesn't lose count.
Get lucky.
Bad news now, it's an open frame. And watch the max scores.
Plummets.
Look how they changed from 238 to 226. Tackett's still in this.
Tackett is banged up. He is playing hurt. And that's what happens this time of the year. It's like NFL, college football. You get late in the season, guys are banged up. Tape them up again. Give them a little Dr. Feelgood. Go to Randy's medicine cabinet and hit up the morphine, apparently. Tackett with the strike. He's back, baby. Huge one in the ninth. It's a 12-pin match as we enter the 10th. Let's take a look at the big scoreboard. Wild swings in this one. Little left. Stomps it out. He knew he had a chance. Oh!
Throw it over there. God, lane hooks, EJ. You know it. Gosh.
Almost like he got a little ahead of himself, Rob. A little too quick, a little too amped up.
Yeah, take a re-rack. No, he can't. It's on a spare shot, sorry. He needs something. He needs to get himself back. Yeah. And he leaves it open. My, 9-pin stance.
He's injured. You could hear it on that spare attempt right there. Watch. Yeah, he's injured. Not surprising, all the bowling he's done.
Yeah, they finally caught up to him here at the TOC. And Marshall Kent is going to move on as your 4 seed. Somebody's looking out for Marshall Kent today, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's not a knock on his game, but
no, but I mean,
the things he's seen, the things that he has done to himself, and yet he's moving on to the title game. Insanity.
I'll take this hand if I have to.
But can he take out Boland's version of the Swiss Army knife to capture his first ever major?
Yeah, the bad boy, Anthony Simonsen, waiting up. Week 5 of the UFL season continues next. Michigan, Memphis. That one coming up here on Fox.
Yeah.
Again, kind of a less than enthralling finish to the match.
Absolutely.
If you're Kent with a 2-12.
Thanks.
Practice is over. Title time here in Fairlawn. Historic AMF Riviera Lanes hosted the first ever TOC. Back in 1962, it was won by PBA Hall of Famer Joe Joseph. Marshall Kent has never won a major.
Can somebody take that away? I'm not touching it. It's got rosin all over it. Thank you.
Simonsen, the 1 seed. Could be the youngest to win 6 majors. Currently, a title held by Jason Belmonte. This is his 5th show of the season. 1 win. Another win here, and he is right in the Player of the Year race. Simonsen starts us off. Leaves the 4.
So good at doing so many different things with the ball, Rob. I mean, this one looks like he just gets up there and shoves it right through the front part of the lane about as fast as he can.
Second shot cleans that one up. Kent, the 4 seed from Clarkston, Michigan. See his average over the course of his 3 wins today. His high back in match number 2 at 267 he rolled versus Matt Ogle. That includes that gutter ball he shot in the 7th frame.
Yeah. going with a lot of speed on this right lane to try to keep it more on line. And that's the reason for that flat 10.
Spare shooting has been a priority for Kent. This week in particular,
It's been a problem.
It's been a problem, which then turned into a priority.
Sure.
Even through one. Kent and Simonsen both with 9 spares. Fifth top 10 finish this season.
Light mixer here, never hurt anyone. Anytime you cave the bucket in, it's always a good thing.
Simonsen, 4th on the points list. Messenger!
No, don't you dare. Oh. Judas Priest was just a great shot.
Perfection shooting at the 10 this week, and it continues now. 56 out of 56. Those stats provided by our good friends at Lane Talk. Being the #1 seed, it's supposed to be an advantage. Not so much this season.
Yeah, not this season.
Look at that, 4 and 8.
That's his little touch here.
Simonsen 0 for 1. Remember, he lost the U.S. Open as a 1 seed this season.
Good one there.
A little touch today. Come on.
Yeah, the #1 seeds have been getting thumped like a narc at a biker rally this season. Simonsen trying to make those stats kind of turn the other direction. And he's thrown 3 real quality shots right out of the gate here in the title match.
Pretty good. Left the 2-5.
I got to tell you, through 3 frames, I like Anthony Simonsen's ball reaction better. I like the way he's playing the lanes better.
Week 5, the 2024 UFL season. It continues next year. The Michigan Panthers taking on the Memphis Showboats. You can see it live right here on Fox. So you like Simonsen's ball reaction early.
Yeah.
But there's this thing out there in sports particularly called destiny. And the way things have played out today for this guy, Marshall Kent, you have to start saying, yeah, there's a higher calling right now. A bizarro Sunday for Kent. And he gets a strike there.
Shot.
So Kent has gone spare strike, spare strike. Simonsen opened up with a pair of 9 spares and then a strike in the 3rd. Here's his arsenal as we enter the 4th for Simonsen.
He's going with a tension star. It's not on the list, but that's what he's using, from what I'm being told. And another one in front of the 10 on that right lane.
Second time he's left that 10 pin on that right lane. And he's going to close out on that right lane too. Needs to figure it out fast. Again, perfect going after that 10 pin. Flashback to mid-February at the Pete Weber PBA Missouri Classic. Simonsen, your 5 seed, became the first person since Belmo last year at the TOC to climb the stepladder to the title. Dropped AJ Johnson, Matt Russo, EJ Tackett to reach the championship match. Took care of number 1 seed Bill O'Neill, 225-156 for his 14th career PBA Tour title, going for number 15 today. Both strikes have come on that left lane for Simonsen.
All strikes have come on the left lane for both players.
And Kent closing on the left lane.
And Simonsen had choice and decided to finish on the right lane.
Right of target. 10 is wobbling. So Kent leaves the 210.
Not a good time for this. 210 for Marshall Kent, working on a strike, trying to avoid an open frame halfway through the title match.
Gave it a great shot, missed the 10. Open frame, Kent. And now he's down 11.
Good shot.
Needs a big bounce back shot here in the 6th.
That's his comfortable lane, and the good news, like you mentioned earlier, Rob, he gets to finish the game on that left lane.
Wasn't his choice.
No, it wasn't. It's a little surprising that Simo chose to finish on the right.
See if he regrets that. We'll know in a couple frames.
Okay. Either way, I'd still like a re-rack once we come back on, please. Thank you. They said they got a mechanical issue. They're about to
So a minor mechanical issue in the back. Appears to be sorted, but Simonsen has already said just go ahead and re-rack it.
Once they're done, I would still like a re-rack here, please. Okay, just making sure we're on the same page.
Simonsen with the win today. And the player of the year is a 4-horseman type graphic right now. Tackett had a chance to put a stranglehold on it.
Yeah.
Unable to do that in our semifinal match. Simonsen would go to 2 titles, one of them a major.
Yeah.
Tying him with Tackett for that stat.
Yep.
O'Neill, Troop lurking as well.
Can't hit the right lane and chose to finish on that lane. Not sure what he saw in practice that decided on him finishing on that lane.
We showed that 4-horseman graphic. Keep in mind, if Kent is able to win, he joins that list as well. Nice pickup by Simonsen. Oh, this is a tight one. This is a tight one through 6. 11 pins separating Simonsen and Kent. Still haven't seen a pair of strikes yet here in the title match. All the strikes coming on the left lane. We've only had 4. 2 each. You didn't lie.
4-6-7.
My goodness. Hey, Marshall Kent, guess what? The time may be now for you to win your first ever major. Simonsen could quite possibly give you a huge gift right here.
He's missed it all 5 times he's faced it this year. Going after the 3-4-6-7.
Getting to it, that doesn't matter.
Big mistake. Not only an open, but loses a bunch of count.
Every pin is going to matter in this one. Every pin matters. And Kent knows he's been given a gift. He's got an opening.
This could go from a really good year for Marshall Kent to a great year.
That was his quote to us yesterday. His goal is to get into the playoffs. That's accomplished. The other goal to get the major. Messenger! Get down 10! The satisfying moment of the match, sponsored by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a messenger dropping the 10.
That was just a headpin shellacking of the 10.
So many things have gone Kent's way.
And this is a point where, as an athlete on this stage, you start to feel it. And this is where you impose your will.
Finally a double. Kent in control.
Can Marshall Kent climb the ladder here in historic Akron, Ohio Riviera Lanes and capture the 2024 Tournament of Champions?
Do not count out this man, your 1 seed, Simonsen, off an open frame. Here he is in the 8th, gets all 10. His first strike on that right lane. Only 3 strikes here, none of them paired together. It's now or never, Simonsen.
What do you make of that, Rob?
We got a battle here, my friend. We have a battle.
A little statement right here.
Here, come on! Come on! I want it, let's go!
He needs that fan to cool himself off big time right now.
Maybe the biggest shot of Marshall Kent's career right here.
How about that little headbutt late of the 9? 16-pin lead. Kent trying to close in on his first ever major. Needs a strike and 8 for the title.
On the better of the 2 lanes for his first career major.
Way off target. Way off target.
That's what I was trying to avoid.
127 left.
Just too
That one's so
jacked
good.
up and overthrew
So
it.
bad.
And now look at the max scores and how quickly they change.
You want a pressure shot, folks? Here it is. Second shot in the 10th. 1, 2, 7. He picks it up.
Good cover.
One more, and then Kent will sit and find out his fate. Both have a re-rack if they want to use it.
Wow. Just threw it out the window on this good lane.
Brooklyn, why not? Closes with the 205. But it's Simonsen stepping up. Needs a double and 4. Got the first. I have never heard this place that quiet.
I'm not sure you can throw a shot any better than this.
Can I use it, please?
I mean, it was absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect.
You see what he needs.
Oh, one good. Let's go.
Marshall Kent is a major winner.
I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You go pick up that trophy.
Celebrating with his mom, Susan, his girlfriend, Cassandra. Kent is a major winner. The trophy celebration live next. Marshall Kent in the 10th. A Brooklyn strike on his fill shot. Simonsen had to have this. Didn't. Left the 10. Finishes with a 201. Marshall Kent a 205. And he is a first-time major winner. We go down lane for the trophy presentation.
Thanks, Rob. So with the trophy presentations, we are joined by Tom Clark, the commissioner of the PBA, and Johnny Petraglia. Please do the honors.
Marshall, just tremendous bowling, going through 4 of the best on this pattern. That was really great bowling. Congratulations.
Extremely emotional win for you here today, Marshall. Put into words, describe the joy of winning in this historic venue.
I don't think I have to put it in the words. You can kind of see it on my face.
You absolutely can. But let's talk about the matches then, because my goodness, what a roller coaster today was for you. At any point, did you doubt that you're going to be standing here in the winner's circle?
There was a lot of times, actually. Like when I couldn't keep it on the lane and got 3. And I mean, today was just a day of fortune. A lot of things went my way. A lot of great bowlers. I mean, I couldn't ask for 4 better guys and human beings to make the show with. And I mean, just to do it here on 27 and 8 here at Riviera and with all the fans of Akron. Oh my goodness. You know, I have to thank my mom and my girlfriend standing over here. That's the second win they've seen this year, and I think they're good luck charms.
They absolutely are good luck charms. Let's talk about the fact that you just won your first major in front of your mom, Susan. Describe that for us. You said to us earlier that winning the major is why you're out here.
It's a lifelong dream come true. Simply put, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of emotion, and we finally got ourselves one.
And you absolutely earned it. Congratulations. You are officially a major champion.
I kept saying, go.